Tapping into the job market, part one. This is Brother Marcus Cage, getting ready to go into a simplistic yet extensive training on how to tap into the job market. Because I know God has graced me in this area to help people progress in their career through the revelation or realization of their true identity. But I never went into detail as to how to obtain employment. So this will be a three-part series. Hopefully we can be done within a week. The first part will be this evening, which is Friday, April the 19th, and I'll possibly put a section 2 together in the next couple of days, and the section 3, and then possibly a whole wrap-up session. But I wanted to break it up into small increments, small pieces, small bits, so we can really get an understanding and digest those things. So after we complete, if you have any questions, feel free to email me at cagemarcus@yahoo.com. I'm available majority of the time. I'll answer any questions that you may have. Maybe I spoke too fast or didn't go into detail. So if you need any assistance, feel free to reach me at cagemarcus@yahoo.com. That's cagemarcus@yahoo.com. Moving forward. Purpose: to connect us with the job opportunities that fit our true identity. And many times we get in the posture of obtaining employment out of desperation, and that's not our portion. When we reach the end of ourselves, that makes room for God to step in. We have to submit our pride and become humble, and maybe the job or the opportunity that's there for us is meant for us to do. But at times I know that things like that happen because I've been in different situations in times past where you just need something to make some money. And I don't believe that that's the right mindset to have. So we're going to help us get past that mindset. Our goal is to become a link between the unemployed, underemployed, and the employers. Our goal, divine work, strategic funding, and business solutions pertaining to this particular facet of focus or concentration is to become a link, not the link, but a link between the unemployed and underemployed and the employers. God has allowed me to get connected with plentiful resources and quality. Not a whole lot of individuals or corporations or entities, but enough quality contacts to assist people and fit them with the job and opportunity that fits who they are. This is our consumer profile, meaning those who we serve. Now, this is a bit of a hint and insight for those who are seeking employment. And we'll get into that in the next part. Usually people that are seeking, at times they seek jobs outside of their true identity and they become hunters. I'd rather be a gardener versus a hunter. That'll be in part 2 of this training. But our consumer profile is those who we serve. So as you seek employment, you have to seek it from a mindset of you are serving a market. That's why this training is, with this particular slide, is describing our consumer profile, those who we serve. Now, we don't only serve these particular profiles, but for this specific training, we are targeting and concentrating on these particular individuals. Those who are seeking full-time employment, those who have 2 years of work experience, preferably in your field of expertise. No specific job type or residence, so it doesn't matter where you reside. As long as you reside on the planet Earth, I believe that we can assist you in what you are attempting to do in your life as far as careers and jobs are concerned. A high school diploma, that makes it so we are synergized and focused and not serving high school people. We have enough resources on the earth to serve the high school people. We don't want to do everything. We just want to do what we do best and concentrate on these people in this particular training. People that are teachable. Got to be teachable in your life to be able to receive what people have. We don't want to shut our room to anything that anybody that has a valid voice has to sow into our lives. We have to be goal oriented. We are targeting individuals who are goal oriented and not activity based. Activity is a person that's very busy, and we can be busy at doing the wrong thing. We can be busy at drawing figure eights in our lives, and we'll go round and round, never progressing forward. Also, the last two, Those who we serve are willing to accept change. Anytime you enter into a new relationship, whether it be an agreement, whether it be a courtship, whether it be a new church, whether it be a new friendship, we give permission to change. So if you are an individual that decides to work with me or work with us in this tapping into the job market presentation or training, be willing to accept change. Lastly, the unemployed and underemployed, as we spoke of in the previous slide, underemployed individuals have dormant potential. There's potential that's dormant that lies on the inside of the individuals, and that's one thing that we do as an apostolic people. We speak to the potential that's on the inside of people, calling them forth out of darkness or confusion to move forth in the things that God has called them to do. So this is a question for those who are looking at this training, and give yourself ample time to jot these down as you watch it on YouTube. Please press pause and take the opportunity to write these things down. I'll tell you why at the end of the slide, because there's a food for thought that I would like for us to ponder on. But make sure that you don't let this opportunity pass you by. Make sure that you hit pause as you watch it on YouTube and write the questions down and really ponder on the questions and be honest when you answer these questions. The first question or thing that I would like for us to do is tell me about who you are, your experience, life experience, past education, etc. That I want you to describe yourself in 3 words, only 3. First 3 words that come to your mind, I want you to describe yourself. Thirdly, what comes naturally to you? For me, teaching comes naturally to me. Even when I'm in conversation with people, I have to stop myself at times because teaching is so ingrained on the inside of me. It's first nature. I don't think about it. It just happens like that. Fourth, what job or career would you choose if money was no object? If I were to give you $100,000 right now, what job or career would you choose? That's a pivotal question. 5, do you have a list of resources, meaning people within your network available? Do you have a list of individuals right now, ready, available, that you could pull on and let them know that you're seeking employment? And have you done that? And that's one of the steps that we miss. At times, we'll go straight to the internet, which can be considered as a middleman. Even though it's effective at times, everybody goes towards it. I would rather go towards somebody that I'm in a relationship with if I'm seeking any job opportunity, career opportunity, or business opportunity, because I know them, they know me, we're in a relationship, and there's a piece of time in between that is erased if I can go directly to the individual versus going to a middleman, which in this case would be considered the internet. 6th and last, where do you see yourself in 30 days, 60 days, 1 year, 2 years, and 5 years? Where do you envision yourself being? Do you have goals set? Do you have goals written down that you're following that's keeping you consistent? Are your goals changing? Are you growing? All these type of things we have to ask ourselves when we answer this particular question. Where do you see yourself in 30 days, 60 days, 1 year, 2 years, 5 years, so on and so forth? The right job opportunity for us. There are 3 key components. It may be more, but I'm just want to give you 3 key components for a match made in heaven. Now, when I use that term, I am saying that the match made in heaven is the match or the job match that God has ordained you to do. There are times when we get into a mismatch and God can still work in that mismatch, but many times from my experience, those are humility processes that we go through to prepare us for the next assignment. There was a time in my life and career where I chose things that didn't fit who I was, but they did because I didn't understand who that God had called me to become. So understand that a match made in heaven is a job that God ordained you to do. It's a career that God ordained you to do. So the 3 key components for a match made in heaven. The first one is the correct attitude. Attitude, we define an attitude as a mindset that can be reflective of an individual's personality or behavior. Many times you can listen to a conversation and understand the person's mindset and what type of attitude they have towards people, places, and things. Secondly, the correct aptitude. Aptitude is the capacity to learn or understand that uncovers one's natural ability. There are many people in the planet Earth that have yet to understand what God has called them to do because they may not be connected to the right voices and they may have an incorrect aptitude. Their capacity to learn and understand may not be at a point where they can receive information. And that really hinders us. When we shut our room to information that is foreign to us, these are things that hinder a birthing process of the greatness that's on the inside of us. So we can't birth anything if we shut our wombs. Even as I taught earlier this week, if a woman is pregnant, she does not have the ability to close her legs. If she does, it can be very, very difficult. But in our natural lives, we tend to do it because God desires to birth things through us, and we shut our wombs to it, and then that results in a miscarriage or whatever plan or purpose He had for your life at that particular time. But the correct aptitude is the capacity to learn or understand that uncovers your natural ability. So those things are uncovered. Those things are on the inside of us. They've just been dormant. They've just been in hiding. Once we have the right capacity to learn, our natural ability becomes uncovered. Lastly, the correct skill. Application of one's natural ability to properly execute. Skill is the application of one's ability to properly execute. There are many things in the earth that are improperly executed and they result in problems. There was a solution before there was a problem. Only reason I believe why there are solutions is to humble, for I would say problems, is to humble us and keep us relying on God. But there are many times when problems surface from misappropriated solutions, meaning solutions applied incorrectly, and then that's when problems surface. Career. I was enlightened to this definition, and God has blew on that definition for me, and it has expanded, and I'm thankful for it. And career, from my standpoint, it's a definition, not the, but an expression, the expression of our true identity. If we can discover our true identity, then we can fit into that career that God has called us to. Mind you, there are many people making $100,000, $50,000, $60,000, $70,000, so on and so forth annually per year. And these individuals are frustrated and they're spending money and they're doing things and they're involved in all these extracurricular activities because of frustration. And this causes us to spend money on the wrong things, spend time with the wrong people, invest our time thinking the wrong thoughts. And our thoughts are originated on our past experiences, and it guides us in the direction of our lives. So let's understand that. Moving quickly. Volumes, I apologize. Values plus interest plus skills plus grace equals career. That is an excellent definition, I believe, not because I made it up, just because it makes sense. Values, what I deem most important. Interest, what I enjoy doing. Skill, my natural ability to properly execute. And grace, the ability to do what is not humanly possible, but is only possible through God. The ability to do what is not humanly possible, but possible through God. So if I was to teach this in a format where we couldn't insert the spirit, I would just say the ability to do what is not humanly possible. We can do what's not humanly possible because we're in relationship with people that have done what we aspire to do. That is impartation. So once we submit to that person that we desire to do what they're doing, once we submit ourselves to that individual with the whole heart, with the pure heart, with no motives or no intentions but to learn and grow, then we tap into impartation. We tap into the grace. Food for thought. This is important. One of the most important part of the training is none of the comments or concepts that we have touched on matter if we have the wrong thought concerning these two thoughts. First and foremost, if the most important prerequisite, meaning reason, for your obtainment of a job is the salary or wage, then you are in the job for the wrong reason. I don't do what God has called me to do based on salary or wage. I do it because I love God and it's an assignment, and God has called us to help people and break the captives free, period. If that was the case, then I wouldn't be speaking to you. I wouldn't be at the location that I'm at. I wouldn't be at the location that I'm at as far as job or even in this region. Secondly, if the most important prerequisite for your obtainment of a job is how you feel or how the money or position makes you feel, then you are in the job for the wrong reason. Excuse me, if you desire or we desire status, a title, or having a job makes us feel good, then there's a great possibility that we are in the job for the wrong reason, because whether I have a job or not, I'm still feel content. I didn't say good, I'm content. We never should allow our feelings to affect our doing. Once we get into that posture, as soon as it starts raining outside, we say to ourselves, I don't feel like going outside. There's things that have to be done, and my feelings don't matter to a certain degree, because our feelings are built off past experiences, and until those things are renewed, our feelings can really trick us. So think about that when you go to your job and you feel important. You're already important because God calls you important. Man didn't call you important. God calls you important. How the money and position makes us feel does not matter, because those things can trick us. And it causes us to do things, to prove things to people, when we should be in a posture of being faithful to what God has called us to do. So in summary, the correct attitude is a mindset that can be reflective of an individual's personality or behavior. Key points. The correct aptitude is the capacity to learn or understand that uncovers one's natural ability. The correct skill is the application of one's natural ability to properly execute. Values plus interest plus skill plus grace equals career. And last but not least, the food for thought that I want you to ponder on. And if you have any questions or you have any thoughts to add to this, please email me at cagemarcus@yahoo.com, or you can find me on Facebook. Feel free. Food for thought. You can find your answer within a question. In the who am I slide, we ask 6 questions. I guarantee you, if you ask God to blow on those questions and you ask God to give you the revelation and give you the solutions to those questions and really seek God, you can find your answer within a question. And once you find your answer, then it allows us individually and corporately to get on the path of discovering our true identity in Christ Jesus. It allows us to discover our true identity in what God has called us to do in the natural and in the spirit. Part 1 is complete. We will move with part 2 within a couple of days. We already got it drawn out. Just got to put it together for the people to make sure that we understand it. If you have any questions, please feel free to reach out at cagemarcus@yahoo.com. I'll see you soon. God bless you. Be safe this weekend. Love you much. We'll talk with you soon.